right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is Millie Mills, the host of Bring It in the House podcast show, where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. And we have an exciting show tonight in the house from the ATL. I'm so excited to have Mr. Nat. We talked earlier, so we want to make sure I say that. Nat George is in the house with us tonight. Screenwriter, songwriter, producer, recording artist, all of that, playwright is, that's Nat. So, and of course, Prince is with us. We also have Ed McDaniel in the house. We got a full studio tonight. So, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for having us.
You are very welcome. Thank you so much, because we were just talking before the show kicked off, and Nat was saying that he had witnessed one fan had been to the play at least 12 times. So the play we're talking about is the Sam Cooke story. A change is going to come. I wish I could go. I don't know if I'll be able to go, but first of all, before we get into all of that, we're going to kick it off with Nat is going to tell us originally where you're from, and we're going to go around the room. Then Prince is going to let us know, and then Ed. And then we're going to get right back into what the stage play is all about. So go ahead, Nat.
From Atlanta, Georgia. Looking forward to coming to Dallas with the change going to come, the Sam Cooke story. And I know you guys are going to enjoy it.
Thank you so much. All right, Prince.
I'm originally from a small town called Pembroke, Georgia. Woohoo! And currently reside. It's on the outside of Savannah, Georgia, in case you didn't know. And I'm currently residing in Texas now, Dallas-Fort Worth area.
All right, Ed.
Yeah, well, I'm Ed McDaniel. I'm actually from Oklahoma City. I've been in the Texas area, I guess, about over 20-some years. I have put on several different shows with my independent artists, and building radio stations, and got one that's up now with the National Jazz Legacy Museum, which is in Oklahoma City, and plus GHP Radio, and we do a show every week. The indie spot. In the last spot. So we do a lot of interviews of independent artists, and we've been doing that probably 23 years in November.
That is amazing. And it really connects with Nat because he is an independent artist. And my first question is for Nat. You're the CEO of Windsong Music Group. Can you tell us a little backstory about that Windsong Music Group?
Well, actually, I started my career at age 24. I was signed to CBS Records by a gentleman by the name of William Bell of Stax Records, and was with CBS for about 4.5 years. And then I went to a label called the Macola Records out in California, Hollywood. And I partnered with Macola. And at that time, there were a number of music distributors throughout the country. And we were actually acting as the promoter of the projects that we were recording. And Macola basically gave us the insight as to who those distributors were. Once we received those distributors, I realized that, we really didn't need Macola anymore, just being frank. And went ahead and started the Windsong Records at the time, which actually evolved to the Windsong Music Group. From there, we started doing, we started recording independently. This was in 1995. So my company's actually been in business for 28 years now. And so we started with the music. And then about 20 years ago, we actually segued into music and theater. I started writing musical biopics, and A Change Gonna Come, the Sam Cooke story, was the first to roll off my pen in 2007. In fact, Millie, I was stating earlier that this month we premiered the Sam Cooke story at a fabulous theater downtown Atlanta called the Rialto Center of the Arts 17 years ago this month.
Amazing. 17 years ago?
Yes, this month.
Man. So I mean, I know this is a little off cue here, but I mean, I'm just curious to know how can you keep it going like that consecutively and consistently with that much success? 17 years. What's
Well,
the formula? What's the formula behind it, if there's one?
I'll be frank that the formula is Sam Cooke. And one of the things that, you know, I wrote the play over a 10-year period while I was residing in Michigan. And when I moved back to Atlanta in 2000, I began to look at the possibility of putting it on stage. And originally, when I wrote the script, the script itself, I was writing it to take it to film, to screen. But of course, there were some other issues involved in getting the rights to the music and all of that stuff. And I'm like, what would be the safest way to do that? And so I decided to bring it to theater. And I'm glad we did, because more people have gotten an opportunity to witness it live, as opposed to having it cut and recut and what have you in someone's projector.
Yes.
But it's been a great ride, and I tell people that. But I found out also, Millie, that it's really an assignment that God had already preordained for me, and I just stepped into it as He had ordained that I would.
Yes. And you understood that assignment, as they say. I love it. I love it. So Nat, how did you and Princella, how did you guys connect on, to embark on such a great project like this?
Well, my home base is a theater called the Port of Sanford Performing Arts Center in Decatur. And Prince, when she moved to Atlanta, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, something of that nature?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Yeah. And she found her way to Port of Sanford. And she was trying to get a footing in the theater to find out, who the players were for the most part, and what she really needed to do to make sure that she could have some success with her company and also her cast. And I kind of reached out to her to try and give some information, to give some critical advice that I knew she needed, that I find that most playwrights need, especially when they're kind of starting, and Prince wasn't starting, but she was in a new environment. Mm-hmm. And it's always difficult. You have to become a part of the club, per se. And so I reached out to her to try and make it easier to get into, to become a part of that club. And this is what God has done in turn by bringing us to Dallas.
Amen. All right. And Prince, I've known you for many years, because I used to reside in the Dallas area as well. And one of your, productions I was involved with, what was it called? The Hell with My Family, many years ago.
Yeah.
So wow. I'm very familiar with Purple Rose Entertainment. You do such great work. Please elaborate on how did you launch your company, My Purple Rose Entertainment?
Well, I have been writing for years. There was a play that came to Savannah, Georgia back in the 90s. The name of it was How Did I Get Over? How I Got Over. And it inspired me. And from that point on, I was writing, but I never ever produced anything. Mm-hmm. And so once I moved to Dallas and was involved in what was called the Texas Summer Music Conference for many years. And then I decided to back away from that and start going to plays, because I was like, now it's time for me to start my plays. And so I went to a play, and the play was, it was like 30, 40 minutes, period. And I'm like, okay, is that all it takes? Which I knew, it was more to it than that. I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna launch mine. And so that's what I did. And I launched it. I launched The Hell with My Family, was my very first production. Back in, I think it was 2009 or 10. Yes. Yeah. And we started on in 2009, and we brought it to life in 2010. So So that's how I got started. And from there, I've penned two others, The Hell with My Family Next Chapter, and then The Hell with My Family. He Saw the Best in Me.
Yeah.
Um, so, and then I got several other ones, and I'm currently working on a movie called Father Forgive Me that will be out in 2024. We're currently casting for that movie now. Um, and of course, working on the Sam Cooke story. When actually we was trying to bring this show back in 2019. We was working on it 2019, 20, and then 2020. In 2020, then COVID hit. So it was me, Ed, and Mr. Fred, which is not here. He's one of our promoters, executive producers of the Sam Cooke story. And we was trying to bring it back then, but COVID. But now we're here today with the Sam Cooke coming to the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Ooh, what a collaboration there. I love to see, like they say, I love to see a plan come together. Now, Ed, now you got to tell us how you tie in. Well, you refer to yourself as Ray Mack, but tell us, how you came into play. I know you and Princella, you guys have been friends forever, had a great, a great working rapport. So just give us your spiel on how you come into play with this great project.
Well, like I said, I met Prince. God, I think it's about 20 years too.
Yeah.
Around over there. No, she had me. His name was Coon Pride. She had me investigated to see
He
what
always tell that story.
checking me out. Now, I had, like I said, Prince had started. I was building radio stations and stuff like that. So she had a radio station and all of that, and helped her with all of that, with that. And I knew about all the plays that she done here, right here with my family, and so she had been talking about this, about I guess back in 2020,
2020, 2019, 2019.
somewhere up in there. Myself, she was talking about it, but I was mostly out of the country a lot, and so she presented me back again, and I said, "Well, okay, then let's do this thing." The show has never been to Dallas.
It's never been to Dallas.
Dallas gonna receive this. You know, we pass out a lot of flyers. We talk about it. We have several interviews. And that would be on the In the Spotlight on the 29th, and uh, uh, we just see it. They say, "Oh, we coming." Okay, well, we'll see. We trying to, as you say, bang down the house. But that's how I got involved with the being a associate producer with this. And
Yes. And you also have so much experience, with your internet radio station, iTrack Radio. We definitely want to mention that, and your independent artist festival. So, with all that experience behind you, I can't, see no reason why you guys wouldn't work together, why they wouldn't bring you in on all of this excitement. So,
well, I actually started iTrack Radio, and back in when I retired from the federal government, this is 01. I talked to a friend of mine, which his name is Gary Houston. Let's do this thing here, set you up, and you can call it whatever you want to call it. You'll be able to run it the way you want to run it. And so he came up with G House Production, GHP Radio, and we've been doing that shoot since 2001 in November. So we've been doing that 23 years. And when it wasn't hardly anybody doing internet radio then. So
wow, yeah, I remember that it was very new back then.
right. But
Yes.
I have done a lot of staging, for artists. I promoted a jazz group out of Oklahoma City called After Five Jazz. I had my own TV show on cable called Inner City Jazz. And the group I took some of the film, shot it to BET, to Jazz Central, and
Okay.
well, they was a hit. I can't remember the other people that was on the panel, but Randy Jackson was on there, the guitar.
Mhm.
He was on that show. He said, "Look at these guys. They look so professional, and boy, they sounding good. They had on some tux. The tux was so tight and high water. Boy, that tickled me." But I done that. I promoted them. I also helped the young artist that had to meet with Robert Bell of Kool in the Game,
Mhm.
and we called him Take One at that particular time. But they changed the name to Color Me Bad.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
I helped him with that and everything. Then I started the Independent Artist Festival. I've done a couple of them up in Oklahoma. I've done one here, and I was getting ready to do another one, and my wife got sick.
Yeah.
2019, and she passed. She'd be 4 years in August, the 15th of this month. And so
Mhm.
I shut it down till uh, get the family back involved in it. Then Prince hit me up with this show here. So I said, well, why not? Let's do it.
All right then. Yes, yes. And you mentioned about jazz. I want to get back to Nat. I was on your website, the winsongmusicgroup.org, and that's when I saw so much information. You've done jazz, gospel, you've
Correct.
done it all. Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
Millie, God is blessed, and I'll be the first to say that. Uh, I have a master's degree in theology as well, and I have an undergrad degree in music marketing from Georgia State University. But um, it's been a great ride. I was a child prodigy, started singing at age 4, and that's one of the things that I learned about Sam Cooke. Sam started singing at age 4, and it's kind of, and that's why I realized that it was destiny in the making, and I just had to step into what God had already preordained. But I've actually recorded 6 CDs of my own, 2 with the major label, 4 on Winsong as an independent label, 2 gospel CDs. One of the projects that I did live at Magic Johnson's home church in Lansing, Michigan.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you guys remember, if you happen to remember a song called For Your Goodness and Your Mercy Toward Us, We Give You Praise. Oh Lord, we give you thanks.
Yes.
David Miner and myself co-produced that album. David is the writer of that particular song. So it's just been a great ride for me. Um, it can't be understated, overstated, I should say. But we are we're doing jazz, we're doing gospel, we're doing pop. I have a wonderful relationship with musicians and what have you in this town. My music director is a graduate of Carnegie Mellon in the New England Conservatory of Music, and he's been with me for 15 years now. My bass player, who will be with me on this particular show in Dallas, has been with me for 28 years. We started Winsong together. Just great musicians. My sax player has been with me for 12, almost 13 years now. It's just a great ride, and I don't really not know how to explain it all, except that God is in the mix. I've been faithful to Him, and He's been faithful to me. And as I was saying earlier, it's an assignment, and
Yes, it
so
is.
I continue on the road of what He's given me to do. We are, in reference to jazz, we're actually bringing in the music of Al Jarreau into Atlanta for the second time within the last 2 years with the 9-piece band on stage, because that hasn't been done before as well. In addition to that, I've written 3 other musical biopics in addition to A Change Gonna Come. 4 years after, 7 years after Sam Cooke took the stage, then we brought Unforgettable, the Nat King Cole, Natalie Cole story to the stage. 3 years after that, we brought What's Going On, the Seasons of Marvin Gaye, which we actually just performed a couple of weeks ago here in Atlanta. And then the sequel to A Change Gonna Come is Across 110th Street, The Struggles of Bobby Womack. And during the pandemic, God allowed me to put pen to paper to Queen of Soul, the story of Aretha Franklin, which we will actually be putting on stage next year sometime. So that's pretty much what we are. There's some other productions that we haven't put on stage as of yet, such as The Days and Nights of Sweet Auburn, which is basically talking about the Atlanta Nights and all of that stuff and what have you. But it's just been a whirlwind of a career for me, and God has set the table, and I've sat at the table and partaked.
Let me ask you this: when you I mean, how was it in the beginning? How did you even start to put your pen to the story? I mean,
Well, my father was a big Sam Cooke fan, and he was a gospel singer, and as a lot of brothers were at that time. And I come from a family of musicians. All four of my sisters sing. As a matter of fact, they were the first to be on a radio station at 16, 15, 16, and 17. I had one other brother who sang, and mom and dad both sang. And so I was thinking of how I could bring some of these legendary brothers back to the stage. And so I began to start writing. And I figured that the best way to do it was to put them together with their music. So With the Change Gonna Come, the Sam Cooke Story, Unforgettable, What's Going On, the Season of Marvin Gaye, Across 110th Street, The Struggles of Bobby Womack. It's all about the story, but the music is that thread that runs throughout the whole scene of that storyline. And so people don't get bored, because if they're sitting in their seats for 2.5 hours, and in some cases maybe even 3 hours, depending on the show, they don't even think about time. And I think the video that Ed and Priscilla has had an opportunity to see, people actually, they talk about that. They make comments about, I could have sat for another 3 hours or another 2 hours. And that's simply because the music in the productions is so good. They think they've been with Sam Cooke, number one. And that's one of the reasons why we've been successful. I've been able to transform what I do into the vocal phrasings of Sam. And so when they come to the theater, they think they're listening to Sam Cooke. They're enjoying themselves. They know the songs, you know. And so I'm doing, along with the band, we're doing about 24, 25 of Sam's songs throughout the production. And we're telling you his life story. We're giving you tidbits of information that people don't know. I would say out of 99% of the audience that will be at this particular show, of those two shows, most people probably don't even know that Sam was married twice. Most of us don't. Most people won't even know that he had a wife before Barbara, you know, that he was married to. I'm not going to give all of it away, but you know, all of that stuff, you know. So as you're going through the storyline, we're turning over nuggets for you as we give you that information. So this is really a historical moment for Dallas, just as it was 17 years ago for Atlanta. The Rialto Theater is a major theater in downtown Atlanta. Until this day, we were there for 7 days, 8 nights, I think it was, back in July of 2007. Till this day, the Sam Cooke Story, A Change Gonna Come, has been the most highest grossing African-American theatrical production on that stage. You know, and that's a feat. And so this is going to be a historical moment for Dallas. And we hope that the Dallas community as a whole will show up and let us perform the Sam Cooke Story. Let us give you that information that you don't know about Sam. You know, the young brother was way ahead of his time. He was an avid reader, very intelligent. Could have gone to any college at that time that would have accepted him. Sam Cooke was, and I'll put this out there, Sam Cooke was valedictorian of his high school.
Oh, we didn't know that. What we didn't know. Yes.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff comes out in this production. We give you all types of information that you did not know, in addition to that wonderful music. So that's where we are.
Wow. Well, we thank you so much for keeping his legacy alive. Let's take a quick look at the promo of the play, of the stage play, The Sam Cooke Story, change gonna come.
Hi, I'm Nat George, writer, producer, and star of The Sam Cooke Story. We're currently touring the country with The Sam Cooke Story, A Change Gonna Come. We want to take this moment and this time to invite you to please come out and be a part and share with us. It's a wonderful production.
Yes, the play was indeed an excellent performance. It made you actually feel that you were looking and hearing Sam Cooke live. It's an excellent performance and portrayal. We enjoyed it very much.
The play was unbelievable. I could have sat another 2 hours. It was just fabulous. What can I say? It was really beautiful. And
Ooh, I can't wait to see it. So man, you guys will have 2 shows on August 12th.
Yes, there will be 2 shows August 12th at the Black Academy of Arts and Letters in Dallas, Texas, in the Naomi Butin Theater. You can purchase your tickets through the Ticketmaster or through the Dallas box office, the Black Academy of Arts and Letters box office. Or you can call me if you need tickets. And right now we only have the general admission tickets. All VIP has been sold out. You can call me at 972-904-1825 for general admission tickets as well.
Okay, I love that. Or they can use that QR code to scan.
Yes, they can use that QR code to scan, and it'll bring them straight to My Purple Rose Entertainment Group website, and they can go and click on follow the instructions, then click on the links there, and it'll take them to Ticketmaster.
Awesome. 2 shows, guys, August 12th, 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Well, you just heard Prince say that the pre-show, all those tickets are sold out, right? So
the VIP, the VIP tickets are sold out.
Yeah. Oh, it's so excited. Oh my God. That's going to be amazing.
Yes, it's going to be an awesome show. So come on out and enjoy Nat with the portrayal of Sam Cooke.
Mm-hmm. And guys, you know what? When we're having fun like this, time is just about up. I can't thank you guys enough for stopping by, and celebrating our 3-year anniversary here with Bring It in the House. And Ed, thank you for my lovely dress. I love it, all the way from Africa. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Oh my goodness. Any last words before we go? We only got like a few seconds, so go ahead.
I want to say one thing, that when Nate get in, this is on the 11th, he will be at the Irvay Event Center that evening.
Okay.
And bringing his cast, sing a few songs, and you get a chance to meet some of his cast.
18 cast members.
18
cast members.
18 cast members.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Nat, before we go?
I'd just like to say that we thank Dallas so much for opening your arms and bringing us in, Princess. Also Ed and
Fred.
And Fred, we thank you so much. Millie, we thank you for having us and helping us to promote this And we, we really want the Dallas community to come out and be a part of this. Sam Cooke was a legend for sure, and there's so much you can learn about Sam in this production.
Yes.
Please. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Millie. We appreciate it.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you
Millie.
guys so much, man. Next week, go ahead. I'm sorry, Prince. Go ahead.
Shout out to Mr. Curtis King at the Black Academy of Arts and Letters.
Oh yeah, we got to get a shout out to him. Again, we thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in Dallas, August 12th. Thanks again thanks for stopping by. Bring it in the house, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.